Alright, so, welcome to my kitchen. It is snowing. Don't know if you can see that. Probably not. Oh no, okay. Anyway, I did prep off camera because it was a bit of a pain in the ass. What am I making? That's a good question. Good question, audience. This is Tuscan beef stew, which I've never made before. Actually, most things I've cooked for you I've never made before. This is always just an experiment of grand proportions. So, congratulations, you're going to watch me cook something else that's new. I did prep off camera because it was a bit of a pain in the ass and I wasn't feeling so good, so I just did it off camera. I mean, did you want to watch me peel carrots? Because if you do, let me know in the comments and I'll just do all my prep on camera. But then my video is going to be like an hour long, so it's up to you guys. Let me know how that goes. So, this bowl contains 2 peeled carrots cut in half and then cut in half lengthwise, 4 shallots cut in half lengthwise, a whole head of garlic smashed, and 4 sprigs of rosemary cleaned. This bowl contains 4 pounds of boneless short ribs, because we're gonna make it in the slow cooker. This has been sitting out just to come to room temperature, and I salted all of it. Regular salt. Recipe calls for me to just put half of this into this smoking pan with oil. So we're going to start with that. This is going to make a fucking mess and a lot of smoke. Short rib. The wafting smell of beef. That's just probably half, right? Yeah. It's a good measure. So, I'm going to brown this on all sides, and then continue on with my journey. Short ribs lend themselves to slow cooking really well because they are very fibrous, they're very fatty. So, a nice slow cook. Can you see my rib? Can you seize it? A nice slow cook will break down all that connective tissue and make it nice and tender. The actual recipe that I'm following actually asks. It tells you to put it in a Dutch oven and put it in the oven. My oven does not work. My toaster oven is not big enough for a Dutch oven, and actually my Dutch oven's at my parents' house, so I'm converting this to a slow cooker recipe. So basically I'm going to follow all the steps until the point where it says cover with tinfoil, place in oven. I'm just going to put everything in here, do all the steps, and then place in the slow cooker, put it on high, and then basically watch it until it's done. After doing some Googling, it seems that slow cookers on high get to about 300 degrees, 270, 300. The recipe says 300 degrees in an oven, so it should really be kind of equivalent for time. We'll see. Rotate my meat. I'm not in a rush anyway, so I'll just occasionally taste it and see how the texture is doing in the slow cooker. Hopefully I can fit everything into this pan. I really need to go retrieve my Dutch oven. So, Tuscan beef stew, the remaining ingredients I'm going to be adding to this. So I'm going to brown the meat. I'm going to add the rest of the meat. I'm going to add this lovely array of vegetables. And then I'm going to be adding wine, tomato paste, anchovy paste, black pepper, and gelatin. The gelatin is to thicken because there's no bones. This is boneless short rib. Bones are what create gelatin. The jello that you love eating is boiled down bones. Create that thickening, the gelatin. So, I'm adding gelatin to thicken this stew, instead of just using bone-in short ribs. And I forgot a bottle opener. Helpful. I did take off the tin foil though. So, need a bottle opener. Alrighty. Might as well open this now. Let me rotate first. And give it another second. It's starting to release juices. Open this bottle. Eh. This is a Chianti. Sadly, I'm not having liver and fava beans with it. Anyway, if you don't get my reference, you suck. It's a good day for stew. The weather outside is meh. Some of these pieces are smaller and they're already cooked through to the side, so rotating them is probably not gonna help. Beef, 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 beef. I did trim the meat a little bit just to get the really big chunks of fat off. It's still gonna have fat and connective tissue. It's short rib. There's no way around it. Just how it works out, guys. I'm really impatient and I want to just get to the next part, so I might just do it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna skip that. So, 2 cups of wine. This recipe is going to use this entire bottle of wine. By the way. The wine is the big part of our sauce. 1 cup of water, which letting my water filter defrost because it was basically a block of ice. Add my vegetables. I think. Cracked peppercorn. I don't have cracked peppercorn, I just have regular old ground pepper. But it does call for a tablespoon of peppercorn, so I'm just going to do a tablespoon of ground pepper. Maybe slightly less. A tablespoon of gelatin, which is pretty much going to be this whole packet, right? Yeah. A little less, but I'm not going to open 2 packets. And then tablespoon of tomato paste. Looks like this is gonna fit. If it fits, I sits. So today I made the first step towards bringing my cat here. Yes, I have a cat. Yes, we're cat people. The Z consortium. Well, no, I take that back. Z and I are cat people because our parents are cat people. Cats are amazing. J could not be bothered to have any sort of pet because he has no soul. So, made the first step towards bringing my cat here. I didn't want to bring her here in the beginning because I was doing construction in the apartment. I mean, the kitchen still has to be gutted, but Can't live my life without my baby. Is this burner still on? I feel like it. So I took the first step. I bought a litter box. Bought a fancy litter box. Maybe I'll review the litter box. What do you guys think? Should I review my litter box when it comes and I actually have my cat? Okay. Gelatin, tomato paste, anchovy paste, which I think the thought of anchovy paste freaks people out. I personally like anchovies and I like sardines. I like all the salty kind of canned fish products that you can buy. Just a teaspoon of this. This adds depth of flavor, so you're not even going to taste it. You're not even going to know it's there. It's just going to add background depth and some saltiness. It looks like a poop. Look. It's a tiny little swirly poop. You see my poop? Okay. So you're not even going to know it's there. It's just going to taste extra good. Do not fear the anchovy paste. Do not fear it. I really need a tinier spatula for scraping things out of these sorts of situations, by the way. Next time. Is that helping? Am I making it worse or better? I don't know. Better. Okay. I think I'm actually done with my measuring spoons. To wash later. Anchovy paste goes into the refrigerator when opened, so I'm going to put it back in its box, and that has to go in the fridge. I'll find some sort of use for this rest of this tomato paste. Who knows? Something. Separate that out and put that in the fridge. And remaining beef. Beef, 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 beef. Olé. Come back to a boil. And it is not doing nothing. Got to raise the heat. I question whether the high on this stove is actually high or not. I mean, it only says high, it doesn't say anything else, but I question if it actually gets as hot as a normal modern stove would get on high. It boils water fine and it heats up, you know, pretty fast, but then I don't know, it just doesn't, it's not what I would expect from a gas stove. Alright, beefiness. Captain Beefiness. Bring to simmer, and then this is going to the slow cooker because in the actual recipe it says transfer to oven. Bring to simmer, cover tightly with heavy duty foil, then lid, transfer to oven. 300 degrees, 2 to 2¼ hours, stirring halfway through. So I can't do that, so I am basically going from here, into this, into my slow cooker, on high, and then I'm going to play it by ear. Probably going to set it for 3 hours, I think, to begin with. I mean, it's a stew. You really can't. Can you overcook stew meat? Anyone? Anyone out there know? Has anyone done it? Have you ever turned it from like rubbery meat to tender, delicious meat and then back to rubbery? What happens if you do it? I don't know. So I'm sure one of you out there has either messed that up or knows that you can't do it. So let me know in the comments. I'm going to turn up the heat on this. So I got it to an actual temperature. I should probably turn on the slow cooker so that it's warming up. Hello computer. Select. I'm going to program. I'm going to say 3 hours. I'm going to hit enter. Hi. Okay. Beep at me more. That's it. That was pretty easy actually. The prep was the hardest part. And then after this goes into the slow cooker and cooks. Well, you'll see. You'll all see. We're very gently simmering. It's a gentle simmer. Should I cap the wine? I've never used one of these before. Got them for Christmas a while ago. Ooh. I drop it. It's Rabbit brand. That is sharp on the hand when you put that in, guys. That's my review of this. That's fucking sharp. My cousin's got the OXO ones, so I don't think they're that sharp. but it should work well enough. We're gently simmering here, so I'm going to go ahead and transfer this. Wash this off. Which this is going to be a mess. How hot is this handle? Okay, they're not too hot at all. Should I move some of the beef with tongs? Should I be smart about it? I don't even know why I added the beef to this. I should have put the beef in the bottom of this. The extra beef. The cursory beef. Really don't want to drop anything on the floor, so. Sure, my brother, Zeos, would just drop it. Just pour it in there and it'd be all over everything. Ugh. And I would shake my head in dismay. Dismay, I tell you. Yep, wish I had a working oven. Eventually. Renovations cost money. Actually, everything costs money, but kitchen renovations, those cost money. Smells like I'm just cooking wine. There's so much aroma of wine. Oh my god. I get drunk breathing this in right now. Okay. Alright, my friend. That's it. To the slow cooker. Without burning my hands. And in 3 hours, we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna clean my kitchen. Goodbye. Okay, I skipped some steps because I'm getting ready and I'm trying to rush for dinner. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, internet, forgive me. What did I do? The slow cooker took about, it ended up being 4 hours. Shut up. Phone. The slow cooker took 4 hours on high before it started really breaking down, so I left it in there. After that was done, I took out the beef, separated it. It is here, relaxing. I strained the vegetables and everything else through a fine mesh strainer into my giant Pyrex. The aftermath of which is here, if you can see. So this is just the liquid from the slow cooker, which I'm going to defat without getting them, covered in grease because I'm dressed for dinner. Please God. Not to mention it's red wine sauce. So that's just a double terrible. It's double terrible. My cousin's the only person I know with a fat separator, and I really could use one right now. Regret. Regret. Should have a fat separator, but I don't. So I'll just slowly do this until I get tired of it, and then I give up. But, so I'm serving this. This beef stew has no other thing in it but beef. It's beef and sauce. There's no vegetables in the actual stew. They were just for flavoring. So I'm serving this over pasta dish with broccoli in it, since I'm trying to get some sort of a vegetable into my diet. So I'm going to make a rigatoni with olive oil and garlic and broccoli. I hate defatting with a spoon. And the saucepan over there, if you can see it, I hope you can see it, has 1 cup of red wine, more black pepper, and that is going to be how we're going to finish this dish. Probably is enough fat at this point, like, just take a look. Yeah, I've gotten most of it out. So, going to turn on my front burner. And this is going to simmer until it thickens to be the consistency of heavy cream. So it's going to take a while. So I'm not going to film 12 to 15 minutes worth of video right now. Did I get wine on me? Damn straight I didn't. So, I will see you guys in... That's a mess. The kitchen sink's a freaking mess. I'm going to stir this occasionally. And when this is thickened to the consistency of heavy cream, I'll be back. Okay, my mixture has thickened quite a bit. I reduced the heat. Going to return my beef from whence it came. Don't need this no more without getting it all over me. Yes, my sink is a mess. I am so sorry. Cooking. This is what cooking does, guys. You make a mess of your kitchen. If your kitchen is perfectly clean, you're not cooking correctly. I'm gonna stand back because I really don't want to fuck up my dress. I really don't. It's the first time I'm wearing it. Life problems here. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, no, the sink, no. Sink bad. Sink bad. God, I wish I had a dishwasher. God, that's all I want for Christmas. And a refrigerator doesn't leak, and an oven that works, and new floors, because these are terrible, and maybe the walls and the whole kitchen, but whatever. So that's the beef. The kitchen will get done, eventually. Beef is in. This was the rest of the bottle of wine, and cornstarch mixed in, if you can tell. Just gonna pour that on top to thicken some more. Damn it, didn't quite mix. Should have whisked it again last minute, but I didn't. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. I'm going to just cover this and let it just heat up the beef if it's lost any of its heat. And that's it. Dinner. Dinner. Lid. Lid is good. This is garbage. It's there. I can unplug my KitchenAid. And I can start on the pasta I'm going to make. So you don't have to be here for the pasta. Oh, I'm not making you pasta. Ha! 5 to 8 minutes to heat through. What am I doing? I'm gonna give it 6 minutes. I thought I heard thunder, but I might have been hallucinating. I feel gross. This is going. This has to go. I'll see you guys soon. So it's done. Time to taste. First the sauce. I'm gonna need salt. Ooh, it's a lot of pepper. It's very much a wine sauce. It's bitter. It's kind of got that like beefy, bitter wine taste. Like beef bourguignon, extra fucking winey. Try some of the beef. It's tender, obviously. Ah, get it in my spoon. Mmm. Mmm. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. The beef itself is delicious, absolutely delicious. The sauce is a little much in my opinion. I don't know if I'd make it again with this kind of a sauce. I'm gonna salt it and then I'm gonna serve it with serve it with my pasta. And that's it. Ah! See you soon.